$621, $693, $525. These aren't rent checks or mortgage payments.
They are power bills for 1 month from Avista. And because so many people have complained their bills don't match their use, we decided it was time for a KXLY4 reality check. Our McKay Allen is here. So McKay, you've looked at dozens of bills and talked with people, including Avista, for hours. So what's going on?
Well, that's the bottom line. I mean, a lot of people are really upset. Even Avista says they're seeing an unprecedented level of outrage directed at them. And here at the station, we've received hundreds of emails and web comments from people who say their Avista bill is just too high and plain wrong.
Those thieves. Well, really.
The elderly widow.
There's something very wrong here.
I hate the company right now because they did this to us.
The young college students.
I was swearing, I'm not going to lie.
And pretty much...
We are getting screwed.
Pretty much every age group in between.
Not too surprised because Avista is Avista.
How do we get rid of Avista and go to PUDs?
All angry.
At first it was disbelief.
Angry at Avista. Angry about what they call outrageously high electricity bills.
$530, and I said, how are we supposed to pay this much money?
These four guys are Gonzaga students, and they've been through Spokane winters before.
And I came in here and I said, Brad, I think we have a problem, and went into his room and I said, we owe the Avista $500.
$525.82 to be precise.
We didn't believe it.
None of the roommates believed it.
And then I didn't believe him, and I went searching through his room for the bill, and then I saw it.
$525.82 is more than 4 times higher than anything they've ever paid before.
So what's your normal bill?
It's usually about $100 to $120.
And you guys just split that up between you?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And what makes the bill more perplexing? For the entire first week of the Christmas Eve to January 28th billing period, the guys were all gone, all out of town for Christmas break.
We thought there was a mistake in that we just clear it up. But ended up we have to pay it all, and it wasn't a mistake.
Nope, no mistake.
Who called Avista?
I did.
But he says he got no explanation, no reason his bill had quadrupled.
She just kind of wanted to make me feel a little better by saying, well, you know, I'm going to be really nice to you, but you still have to pay us all this money. Yeah.
In the end, after a lot of phone calls and complaining, these guys had to pay.
I was just completely enraged. I'm not even joking. I went into his room and I was screaming. I was literally just so frustrated with Avista. I was just like, how can they do this to us?
The bill was so high, they had to go to their parents and ask for cash.
And I immediately just called my mom, and I was like, I know I can't pay this. I was like, I don't know what's going on, and I was so frustrated.
We understand the frustration of customers. I mean, everything is going up, and energy is no different.
Avista blames the massive bills on 2 things: lower temperatures and a modest rate increase. The roughly 9% rate increase took effect January 1st, basically half a cent per kilowatt hour. And December and January were cold. Both colder than normal. December about 4 degrees colder, and January 1 degree.
When you had all these different factors coming together in January and February and making it just really a difficult situation for customers.
I'm frustrated, and it makes me very nervous. I don't know how I'm going to pay it.
But Betty White doesn't buy Avista's explanation either.
It's impossible. It's impossible because we're not using that much.
Her January bill is her largest bill ever, not by an 8% rate increase, but by over 100%. Her bill doubled.
$621.16.
And Betty and the college guys aren't alone in their rage. In the last 3 weeks, we've received over 100 emails and phone calls from people who say their December and January Avista bills are 200, 300, and even 400% higher than the highest bill they'd ever previously paid. The Utilities Commission, the body that regulates Avista, says the complaints filed against the company are up over 300%. Avista says the calls they've received from customers questioning their bills are up over 15%. And a couple hundred people even took the time to publicly protest on Avista's doorstep. Is Avista behaving like a monopoly?
No.
Bottom line, Avista maintains that hundreds of people simply used a lot of electricity in December and January. In many cases, more electricity, several times more electricity than they've ever used before.
It's the aloof attitude. Oh, well, no, we're sound, we're right. You know, customer is always wrong in their eyes.
The choices do reside within the homes of each customer.
But it's going to sound like to the people sitting at home that you're saying yeah, the customer is always wrong in essence. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm not saying that. The customer has choices in how they use the energy in their home.
Now, at the end of the day, the meters don't lie, but what about rate increases? And really, do slightly colder temperatures and a 9% rate increase equate to record numbers of angry people who say their electricity bills have quadrupled? But on the other side, as I said, the meters don't lie. Now, we'll answer all these questions and tell you, surprisingly, how Avista's rates compare to other cities around the country tomorrow night on KXLY4 HD News at 6, the second half, part 2 of our Avista reality check.
Okay, so the meters don't lie, but I got a question. You know, we have computers, and
right.
they, you know, if you make an error here or there, I don't know.
Yeah, Avista says there's edits in the system that catch egregious errors with the meters, but these people maintain, look, there's no way we quadrupled our energy use from year to year. They
Especially
say it's
for the guys who weren't even there,
right.
and for Betty White, who shuts off, you know, I remember your first story that ran with her. She shuts off some of her rooms and uses...
Well, she doesn't even use her dishwasher. She washes her dishes by hand to save electricity, and it's $600 she had to pay. So.
Crazy. Okay, I'll look forward to your next report.
Part 2 tomorrow night.
All right, okay, thanks.